Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful. Luna takes Will's breath away, using Grandma's luring tactics. Next week on Bold and the Beautiful, Luna Nozawa carries out her plan to lure Will Spencer into changing his mind about playing with the bad girl on the CBS soap. The pardoned murderer and her grandmother, Sheila Carter, conjured up a plan for Luna to infiltrate Forrester Creations in disguise. Then Sheila gave her a plan of attack to lure the Spencer son. We saw Luna make her way into the building last week, and the B&B previews suggest it works because she's bouncing around in lingerie for Will next week. Bold and the Beautiful has Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, acting overly ripe for intimacy, but the girl he professes to love is not ready. Electra Forrester, Lenia Grace, acts skittish around Will and backs off when he makes even the slightest advance. Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, happened to witness Electra as she shut down Will when he became desperate for some intimate time with his girlfriend. The newly pardoned Luna is making it her business to give Will Spencer what he desperately lusts for. So, with a little help from Grandma, she is on her way. That disguise they came up with on Bold and Beautiful makes Luna Nozawa stick out like a sore thumb. But despite the very fake-looking mustache, she got into the building with a pizza in hand. Bold and the Beautiful is getting a lot of use out of Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Lang, bedroom fashion line these days. It has turned into an ambush room for the soap's characters. The lingerie is still warm from Brooke Logan wearing it, waiting for Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, to enter the room, but that failed when Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, came in his place. But it looks like Luna has a little more luck than Brooke did, or does she? So, the Bold and the Beautiful preview has Luna looking a bit excited next week, in some risk lingerie for Will, and while the soap didn't show us Will's reaction to this, it is bound to take his breath away, one way or another. Either he is aghast over the gall of this tainted woman to make this seductive play for him at FC with people all around, or he is so frustrated from getting turned down by Electra that he goes for it. And if that's the case, then Luna really takes his breath away. But this is B&B, where drama spins, so maybe Luna gets abruptly stopped by a third party who enters the room. Sheila Carter gave her newfound granddaughter, Luna, several pointers last week on Bold and the Beautiful. Luna Nozawa was worried because Will kept shutting her down, and she needed to find a way to reel him in, but her nine-toed grandmother told her what to do. She suggested the part of Will Spencer's anatomy to go after. The B&B preview suggests that Luna did just that. So, as Luna bounces around in lingerie, attempting to entice Will into that bad girl fun she promised him, someone likely stops her. So, someone at FC likely enters the room, bringing her private lingerie showing to a screeching halt. But who might that be? Katie Logan, Heather Tom, would be the most feasible person to bust up Luna's plan. She would put a stop to it, especially if Luna has her son's undivided attention. Will Spencer's mother would not hold back. Katie would become livid over a scene like this. Electra would also be a likely candidate to bust in, since she works there, but a scene like that would leave her furious as well. But what if it is Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, who comes by since Will has been ignoring him since finding out he freed Luna? Then that would be a scene to remember. Forrester Creations is filled with people, employees, and guests, so any one of them could walk through the door as Luna Nozawa tries to fulfill Will Spencer gently through the Forrester estate's massive glass windows, lighting up the room like a cathedral. Will Spencer stood motionless near the grand piano, his jaw slack, eyes locked on the figure entering the room. Luna Nozawa, radiant in a shimmering champagne silk dress that clung to her like the last summer sunset, paused just long enough to flash a coy smile. A smile Will would swear he'd seen once before, long ago, in a picture of a woman who'd brought empires to their knees. "Luna," he breathed, barely audible. She stepped closer. Her heels whispered across the marble floor like a secret. "Hello, Will," she said softly, her voice steeped in something velvet and dangerous. There was something new in Luna. A slow-burning magnetism. A calculated sensuality. Something ancient and powerful. Something, Day. In the days since her grandmother Day's surprise arrival in Los Angeles, Luna had changed. She was no longer the soft-spoken intern at Forrester Creations. She was composed, magnetic, deliberate. Day's influence had awakened a dormant part of her, a legacy of manipulation, charm, and unflinching determination that ran through her veins like wildfire. Will, once the golden boy of the Spencer dynasty, had been immune to most. A playboy with a wall of sarcasm, always 5 steps ahead. Until now. He was breathless. She didn't need a designer dress or $1 million setting to catch Will's eye. She had mastered the art of timing, of catching light at just the right moment, of using silence like a weapon, of letting her gaze linger just a second too long. All of it, Day's doing. "Your mother isn't here," he said, stepping closer, unsure whether he was warning her or himself. "I'm not here for her." Her lips curved like a secret she wasn't planning to tell. "I'm here for you." It wasn't a lie, but it wasn't the whole truth either. Flashback. 3 weeks ago. Luna sat cross-legged on a tatami mat in her grandmother's Kyoto garden, the scent of jasmine heavy in the air. Regal and unreadable in her crimson kimono, sipped green tea like she was commanding armies. "Do you know why you've always felt overlooked?" Day asked. Luna looked up. "Because I'm too quiet? Because I don't push?" Day smiled like a lioness. "No, because you haven't pulled." She placed an antique photo on the table. A woman with a haunting smile, red lips and fire in her eyes. "Your great-grandmother. She never chased. Men followed her like tides to the moon. That is our gift. But it must be trained." Luna leaned in, captivated. "Your world is filled with powerful men, but power," Day whispered, "is just ego in disguise. And ego is very easy to touch." Back in LA, Luna put Day's teachings to work. Will, with his $1 million grin and platinum credit card swagger, was just the beginning. But oh, what a beginning. She'd caught his attention not with words, but with presence. She let rumors swirl. Was she dating a Forrester cousin? Was she secretly involved in the Paris division rebranding? She never denied anything. Mystery was her perfume. And now, with Will standing a breath away, fumbling for control, she saw it, the crack. The vulnerability behind his clever comebacks. He wasn't just intrigued, he was fascinated, off balance. "Are you playing a game with me?" he asked, voice low, but there was a tremble. Luna tilted her head. "Do I look like I need to?" That struck hard. And that was tactic number 3, courtesy of Grandma Day. Let him think he's losing control, because he is. Will reached for her hand. It was the first move he made without thinking, which meant she had him. "Why now?" he asked. Luna looked out the window, letting the moment stretch. "Because I'm tired of being predictable. And maybe," she turned, her eyes locked on his, "maybe I'm tired of pretending I don't know what I want." Silence. Thick. Charged. Will's heart was hammering, and for once, he didn't have a single line ready. Meanwhile, across town, Day sat calmly in the Forrester guest house, sipping a warm sake and watching a chessboard. She moved a black queen forward with a soft clack. The butler blinked. "Mom." "Just setting things in motion," she said. The girl needed to remember who she was. The rest will fall into place.